All right. Hello everyone, and welcome back to This Week in Elite. This week we're covering, oh, not this week. Well, yes, but we're covering Collision. From I just this week. If you're watching, just check the date on the video or whatever. Just you know,
It's
um,
Collision.
yeah. We definitely have some thoughts about Collision.
I certainly have a lot of thoughts about Collision.
But you'll have to stick around to the end because we have a doozy about the CM Punk and Ricky Starks match. That was. Stick around if you want to hear us. If you want to hear us talk about it. God damn, my words are all over the place today.
We'll figure him out.
I'm trying. But yeah, this collision seemed promising with everything all the way up until the main event, I think.
Yeah, I was actually really enjoying everything. I literally liked everything on this show, and even I would say 95% of the main event.
Mm.
I really enjoyed, but then there's just something at the end.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll jump into the first kind of the first match of the night, which was FTR versus Big Bill and Brian Cage. I feel like this was just like a hometown kind of match.
Yeah,
They're in South
this was easy
Carolina.
win. This was an easy
Yeah.
win for FTR to have in their hometown.
Yeah.
Big Bill continues to be the best big man that AEW has.
Yeah. Why is that?
I just think that he's got a lot of charisma. I think that he's got a lot of
Really?
charisma that most big men don't have.
Okay. You had me one over on him a couple episodes back, I remember.
Yeah,
But I feel like just because they don't use him a lot, I always get lost on him every time.
interesting. Yeah, no, I think that he is the best. He's the best big guy they have. Like of their like quote unquote giants, he's their
So
best
who
giant.
would be the Giants? It would be Big Bill,
Big Bill,
Satnam
Lance
Singh,
Archer, Satnam Singh.
Lance Hutch. Okay,
Um,
okay.
there's someone else. I think I couldn't tell you though.
But
But I
what, like
think
Hobbs and Wardlow wouldn't fit into that category?
no, they're powerhouses. They're not. They're not
Okay,
giants.
okay. Okay, sorry.
I
Fuck.
prefer Hobbs and Wardlow to. Well, I prefer Hobbs to Big Bill. Wardlow is iffy. Wardlow at his best, I prefer to Big Bill. Wardlow as he was when he stopped showing up, I don't.
Yeah. It seems like they could probably do more with Lance Archer, but that's alright. He's not. He wasn't on this show, so we're not going to talk about him.
Yeah, fuck Lance Archer,
Okay, well, hang on now.
but like in a sexy way.
Uh, okay, anyway. So yeah, I don't know. This match was kind of good. There was no way in hell I thought Big Bill and Brian Cage were going to win. I
Yeah,
feel like it was just a kind of a good match, a good match to showcase in the hometown. Good spot of where I think Cash's mum slaps Big Bill.
yep. Brian Cage is in the exact position that he's supposed to be in this match, which is a big guy that loses. That's exactly where he should be.
He did take the pin, didn't he?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
And I don't know. He's trying to go for what, a Surfer Sting kind
yeah,
of look.
he had the Surfer Sting makeup
He's
and
done this
tights on.
before.
He's done this before when he versed Sting. I don't know why he decided to do it here, and I hope he never does it again.
I I think there's some potential in Brian Cage, but you have to use him sparingly, and he has to not have a mohawk.
I just yeah.
It's either you lean full into the video game character, or you lean full into old school wrestler. Like they could transform him to like a new old school wrestler, like long hair, face paint, like just do it.
Yeah, I don't see much in Brian Cage personally. I just think that he's
If he gets his character on track, the wrestling wouldn't be as bad, you know?
yeah, I can see it. I don't know. I don't have faith that he will get his character on track, I guess.
Yeah, probably not. That's alright though. Yeah, anything other notes in this match apart from Big Bill was good and FTR wins?
I not really. I mean, there's not much about this match. It's a very standard TV match. Like it's not bad. That's not a bad thing by any means, but it's just
Yeah.
nothing stands out.
I think the one shocking thing to come from not this match, but the promo after that Dax and Cash do is they kind of just call out the Young Bucks for an all-in match.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it makes sense. The Young Bucks versus FTR is a big time match. They're going over to the UK. They want to give them a big time match. But it's interesting to me that it was just kind of like a call out promo afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that like they just did a call out promo after a match, and they didn't like have the Young Bucks show up or FTR show up on Dynamite.
I mean, Young Bucks aren't going to show up on Collision.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
I mean, they teased it last Dynamite, but
and you could have you could very easily have FTR show up on
oh yeah,
Dynamite, because they're
for sure.
They're not the people that have issues with anyone. But I think that I'm fine with the end result of this, which is a Young Bucks versus FTR match at All In. I do kind of wish that they had done some sort of story thing with it. Maybe have, the Young Bucks after their match next week go like, oh, we're the best tag team in the world. And then FTR's music hit and they go, well, we quite literally have these belts that say that we're the best tag team in the world. So what are you going to do about that?
Yeah, I think that would have been cool. But also, I feel like they're just two just kind of legendary tag teams that you can just believe that one of them just goes, hey, we're going to fight now. And the other one goes, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. It's like, it's not unbelievable. I'm not upset, really, that they are doing the match, or that it's like, or that they didn't do that. I just think it would have been a more interesting thing to do that.
No, absolutely, I agree. But yeah, no, that was the only real shocking thing to come out of it. Out of the match was like, oh shit, okay, I guess we're gonna get that at All In, which, And by the way, everyone, stay tuned, because we will have a full All In episode, a full podcast dedicated to All In. Full episode, sorry, not podcast.
We will, and it'll be so much fun. We're gonna love it so much.
Why are you sounding like that?
I'm just thinking about the logistics of having to record it.
Oh. We'll get it out sooner or later. It might not be on the day. It might not be the day after. Give us a bit of room.
Yeah, man. We got jobs, dude.
Yeah. Oh, well. So the next match, though, when we move on, we've got Statlander versus Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah, this was a good match. This was a really good showcase for women's wrestling. I love Statlander and I love Mercedes Martinez. Not quite as much as I love Statlander, but I like having Mercedes Martinez on a roster.
She's a good, like, threatening, like, muscle.
Yeah, she's great. I remember the first time that I actually saw Mercedes Martinez was in the Mae Young Classic for WWE. And she had like some of the best matches in that tournament. To be fair, that entire tournament was full of great women's wrestling. But cool. Yeah, I loved her from that moment that I saw her. I thought that she should be on like any women's roster that is worth its salt. So it's really good that we're seeing more of her, I think.
Yeah, it does feel like she was a little, like, not ham-fisted in there, but it was just like, hey, here's Mercedes Martinez now.
Yeah.
And then she's just, like, in the thick of it, which is, I don't know, it's kind of what we've come to expect with women's wrestling. Is like, hey, there's a new woman coming, and then she's just all over everything and then disappears.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that, like, the way that they book their women's wrestling in AEW is very much like, okay, here's this brand new woman, and oh my god, is she a threat? She's beating jobbers. Who would have guessed? And then, like, they come up against one of the established big women in the division, and they lose, and then they disappear. That seems to be the story with a lot of women.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen with Mercedes Martinez, because she beat Kiera Hogan last week, and then she lost to Stat this week, so I don't know if she's going to, like, disappear, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, we do know after this match, they announced...
Oh, true.
Yes. That next week she will be in a match as well, which is based off of what happens after the match.
Mm-hmm.
After the match, Statlander wins with a roll-up. I believe that she was going for, like, a bridging roll-up, but didn't quite get to the ground with the bridge, but, was almost in the bridge. So it would have had more pressure on it. So she wins with that. Mercedes is standing in the background. She's telling the ref that she kicked out, and then she attacks Statlander from behind. Out comes Diamante to fake out like she's making the save, but then she starts
Also,
attacking Statlander too.
I have
And then
no idea who Diamante is.
So yeah, you haven't really seen her on AEW TV in a long time.
I don't think I've ever seen her in AEW.
You wouldn't have seen her at all, I don't think. But
so she hasn't been there for at least 2 years because I've been watching it for 2 years.
She was on Dark for a long time. She's been relegated to Dark for a long time.
Damn. Okay.
So like she was on TV. I think probably last time was 2019, if I recall correctly.
Wow.
She was on AEW TV.
Damn.
But she came out, attacked, and then Willow makes the real save. So that's pretty cool. I like Willow. I like Statlander. I like Mercedes Martinez. I have no opinions on Diamante. So then it's announced that next week it's going to be Statlander and Willow versus Martinez and Diamante in a tag team match.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm glad they're like at least putting some effort into the women's division.
Yes, there is some amount of storyline going on here.
Yeah, because up until that sign incident, it just didn't feel like they were putting any effort into it at all.
Yeah, it was,
which was really fucking annoying. And honestly, if it takes someone having a sign up in the live crowd and then the cameraman focusing on that and then the director cutting to that and going, "Hey, everyone, look at this,"
and then Lufisto on Twitter talking about how bad the AEW women's locker room is.
Yeah, I mean,
that whole thing is.
I don't know if we even want to get into that.
That whole thing is crazy, man. That's an insane thing to do. Looking into it, it's weird. And I don't think that anyone is 100% a good person coming out of that.
Damn. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's Logan's take on the drama. If you want more of that, maybe
ask.
Just ask.
We are slaves to your opinions.
Yeah. But no, it does seem like they're trying with the women's division now, which is good. Yeah. I don't know, that's all I kind of want to say on that topic. It seems like they're taking steps. Tony Khan's at least doing something and not just being complacent. And this was a good match to showcase that. You had two great women's wrestlers in a good match. That progressed to another match. It's kind of just basic storytelling, which is what people kind of have wanted in the women's division.
Yeah. I am hoping that this culminates in a Willow versus Statlander match. Not either one of them turning, just like two people that respect each other having a match for a title. Because that's going to be a good match.
Cassidy match, you know?
Yeah, that'll be a good match.
But after this we have another women's segment. 2-in-1 show.
I mean, granted, it's just a promo, so it's not.
Yeah, it's just a promo. It's a Toni Storm promo, and she's essentially a distressed housewife.
Yeah, she's
kind of the energy.
The energy that she is portraying here is a housewife that is having
you got the
mental breakdown.
Yeah. And we say housewife because it's the curl, it's the classic kind of 50s curls in the hair,
it's the curls in the robe, really.
Gown.
That's the big.
What's that?
It's the curls in the robe. That's like the only real.
It's the curls in the robe, yeah. That's essentially it.
And she's having a go at Shivani. She tells him to shut up. It's great.
It says, "Am I not enough?" or something.
"Am I not enough?" is a crazy line to say to Tony Schiavone.
Wait, why is that?
Just, I don't know, man. It's great. It is a crazy line for specifically her to say to Tony Schiavone. It's odd. It's odd, but I love it. And it's odd in a good way.
It's very unhinged. Unhinged Tony is fun. Maybe her and Juice can go on an unhinged date together or something. I don't know.
Honestly, if this means that we're going to be seeing her less with the Outcasts, I'm all here. I'm here for it. I'm all for it.
Nah, they're going to keep the Outcast till All In, mark my words.
I just don't want them to.
They're going to.
I think that they're probably building to maybe Saraya versus Hikaru Shida.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
at All In.
Uh,
They shouldn't do it because I don't think the Soraya's really at the level. I mean, they could. It depends.
I think
Hikaru Shida
Saray
could
can get
probably,
by on her being English.
and Hikaru Shida can probably drag a pretty good match out of her.
Hmm.
Because she's Hikaru Shida and she's one of the best women's wrestlers in the world.
Yeah,
Um,
it's fair.
Yeah,
But no, there wasn't much to this Tony Storm promo segment. It's just
it was sort of, it seemed like just kind of an introduction to the next stage of Tony Storm's character based off of the events that have happened in the past week, which is good.
and look, I'm here
I'm
for it.
excited.
Yeah, I reckon she should she should do a character where she goes full Gold Coast. I mean,
Yeah.
it literally like
Put her
full
and
Gold
Harley
Coast is
Cameron
essentially
together.
just what?
Put her and Harley Cameron together and just have them.
That's
both
what I was
go.
gonna say. Full Gold Coast is essentially just Harley Cameron, who I correctly predicted was from the Gold Coast.
I mean,
But it's not that hard, though.
You can tell.
Yeah. Anyway, so moving on, we have the Samoa Joe match versus Serpentico.
Yep.
Now this match was a grueling 30-minute, like Iron Man. It was both of them toe to toe.
Yeah.
No, I looked away for 1 second and the match was over.
Yeah, Samoa Joe, I'm pretty sure he just kind of kicks him and then locks in the rear naked choke, and Serpentico immediately taps.
Yeah, that's our boy.
Less than 10 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, it's just to remind everyone Joe's still a beast after getting rolled up.
Yeah, which, interestingly, in the promo that he does after the match, he brings up that.
Yeah, so he grabs the mic, does a promo. He calls out Punk for a match at All In, and essentially just says like, "Hey, I don't think a roll up is good enough to end this 20-year feud."
Which I agree with.
Yeah, I mean,
it would have been better if
it
they
seems
just
like Joe
didn't
is an
do the
avid
roll
listener
up.
to this. What's that?
It would have been better if they just didn't do the roll up. But
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll take this over not addressing it.
Yeah, look, it seems like Joe is an avid listener to This Week in Elite.
Yeah,
of course, because we're the only people who've ever said that the roll-up wasn't the best way to end that.
Yeah, I'm sure that no one else has ever said anything about the roll-up and how it wasn't a really good or satisfactory finish to CM Punk having never beaten Samoa Joe. I'm sure that no one else said that. We were the only ones to bring up that concern, and we've been proven right.
Yeah. So Joe, thank you for listening. Keep smashing skulls, buddy.
Keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking. But no, like, it was a good call out, honestly. Yeah, not much to say about that. So we got 2 matches announced for All In.
Well, potentially. They're both call-outs.
Oh, okay. Well, they're gonna fucking happen.
They're gonna happen. They wouldn't have someone call someone out.
I've seen a call out not followed through.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna have someone call someone out and then be like, no, that's actually not happening. You guys were really excited to see Samoa Joe versus CM Punk at All In. Oops, sorry, not happening.
Not happening. But then after that, we get an Acclaimed promo. Not really a promo. It's more of a somber sit down talking about Billy Gunn's retirement.
Yeah. Really not much to say about this beyond like, it is still unclear whether or not Billy Gunn is actually retired or if it's a storyline. But the Acclaimed will be in action next week, and they will be bringing Billy Gunn's boots with them, they say. So, whatever that means.
I mean, okay, what if, right? So, they bring the boots to the ring, and the dastardly House of Black steal it. And then there's another ladder match for Billy Gunn's boots.
That's the House of Black's new gimmick, is that they steal people's accessories.
They just steal shit. I mean, it'd be really odd if that were to happen.
Yeah.
Like they stole Andrade Olilo's mask, and then they steal Billy Gunn's boots. They're just trying to build the perfect wrestler.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Which is crazy that they try and do that when he already exists and his name is Miro.
Yeah, true. But no, this was Yeah, I mean, Anthony Bowen's got like really choked up in this, to the point where I was like, you're either a really good actor or you're just genuinely sad.
Yeah, it's either really good acting or Anthony Bowens is genuinely sad because this is a real retirement.
Yeah.
I hope for my sake of just entertainment factor that it's not a real retirement, but if it is, good luck in your future endeavors.
But if it's not and they bring him back, it's like anytime someone will retire, you're gonna think, is this like a work?
That's true.
So I feel like, I don't know, you shouldn't, like we were talking about this the other week, like when it first happened, you shouldn't really fake out retirements.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't. At least not often. And I feel like Billy Gunn is like one of the first retirements that we're seeing in AEW, so like it doesn't make sense for it to be a fake out, really.
Yeah.
It's
anyway, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, it's sort of the case of like, you don't want to set the precedent on the first time that it's fake, because then it's never gonna feel real.
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, no, next week, speaking of the House of Black, we get a House of Black versus essentially Top Flight 5.0 and Lee Johnson.
Yeah. This is a match that happened. It went longer than it should have, but it was fine. No one did badly. I like the House of Black.
Yeah, and essentially, by the way, Top Flight 5.0 is Darius and
Action
and Andretti. Yeah, no, good match.
Yeah, like
House of Black rules. The Dealer's Choice rules are fucked up again.
Yeah, I just they really got to start doing something interesting with this Dealer's Choice rule, because I'm just glad that the house rules matches are still happening. I was worried that they had stopped.
Me too.
But they really got to do something interesting with these house rules matches, because otherwise it's just gonna mean nothing.
Well, so yeah, essentially the rule in this was Julia Hart banned from ringside, which they've already done.
They've already done that.
How have you only had like 4 matches of the house rules match, and you've already repeated a stipulation twice, a Dealer's Choice stipulation?
I mean, I guess technically, the best friends rule was no spooky witches, so it wasn't just Julia Hart that was banned from ringside.
Yeah, but everyone took that as Julia Hart.
But it was any spooky witches. So like,
that's true.
It actually stopped any other spooky witches from being at ringside,
that's
which is
true.
kind of fucked up, honestly, because witches like wrestling too.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. No Wicked Witch of the West allowed there with her little green nose and shit.
She's not allowed there.
Allowed.
But yeah, so it's.
But yeah, no, stupid stipulation.
It's disappointing that this was the stipulation, the Dealer's Choice stipulation.
That team essentially, with supplementing Lee Johnson for AR Fox, did a cool rule.
I actually think that it wasn't that team, now that I think about it, because I'm pretty sure it was it was AR Fox, but I'm pretty sure it was All Heart, Blake Christian, and Metalik.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was All Heart, Blake Christian, Metalik, and AR Fox.
Oh shit! Okay, my bad. Now I look like a dumbass.
Yeah,
just because you always see AR Fox with them two.
Not anymore.
You used to. Yeah, until he turned heel.
Yeah, but it's pretty frustrating that like these matches haven't really had any, because we've had 4 of them that I can recall.
Yeah.
2 of them banned Julia Hart from ringside. One of them was an interesting rule when it was lucha tag rules. And then one of them didn't use the rule. They literally said, we don't need a rule.
Yeah.
So it's bothersome. During this match, or after this match, they announced that it's going to be CMFTR versus the House of Black next week on Collision.
Just randomly as well.
Randomly, which I guess I get it. It's a big match. That'll likely mean that House of Black gets a main event match, which is good for them.
Is it going to be a House Rules match?
Yeah, I would assume so, right? Because like otherwise, why would it be so random? It would have to be that CMFTR have accepted the House Rules thing.
Yeah. What do you think their stipulation is going to be?
That's the thing. I don't know what their stipulation is going to be, but I would be
I hope it's something
interested.
cool.
I'm going to be interested to see what it is.
I got a stipulation for them.
Yeah.
Every time you make a tag, it has to be CM Punk. So CM Punk tags, right? Someone gets in and someone tags out, but say Dax tags Cash, but Cash can't go in. It has to be CM Punk.
It has to be CM Punk.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
He needs more screen time.
I think that you could do... I don't know. Like, because I know that FTR, they're not quite so much about this anymore, but back when they were heels, a big part of their thing was like no flips, just fists. So you could do like no flips, like no diving moves or whatever as the stipulation potentially.
That'd be cool.
That'd be an interesting use of it, especially considering that like Buddy Matthews has some high flying elements to him.
I got another one.
Yeah.
CM Punk has to get the pin, or he can't get pinned.
The stipulation is that you have to pin CM Punk if you want to win the match.
That's true.
Which means that they're going to lose the match because CM Punk will not get pinned clean.
He will not at all. Yeah, but no, it was an alright match. I think you said it just went too long for who essentially the House of Black was versing.
Yeah, like I like Darius. I like Action Andretti. Meh. I'm kind of meh about Lee Johnson. But
I've honestly never seen Lee Johnson wrestle till tonight.
I mean, actually, now that I think about it, Lee Johnson was actually the person getting the crowd on their side the most out of those three. So,
damn,
it was interesting. But I like the guys that they were versing. I just don't think that they're at a level right now where the House of Black should be having a competitive match with them.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, like these are guys that the House of Black should be squashing. Like Malachi Black walks in,
a few matches like that,
gives the end to Lee Johnson, and then pins him, and the match is over.
Yeah, but I think they're just trying to build up Darius and Action Andretti. Yeah. Right, well, anyway, so the next thing that happened was the Powerhouse Hobbs promo, where QTV's kind of giving him a little bit of chains and saying, "Hey, buddy, I have a great opportunity for you."
Yep, and Hobbs says, "I don't need your help," and then grabs the chain and says, "Thanks for the gold," and walks off.
Yeah,
which I'm glad that Hobbs is no longer with QT because he doesn't need him. I mean, I don't know about coaching wise, but like when it comes to a character standpoint, like it is worse for Hobbs to be with QT than without.
Yeah, but what would he do if he didn't have someone to go, "Sell to the corner"?
Loudly on mic, "Sell to the corner."
Yeah, what would he do? What would the character Powerhouse Hobbs do?
Not sell to the corner.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. Yeah, not really much to say about this promo other than it happened and Hobbs took the jewelry, and I'm glad that Hobbs isn't with QT anymore.
Yeah. Then our next promo segment after that was the Christian Cage promo with his quote-unquote daughter.
Yeah, that's not his daughter, man. I don't even think Christian has kids, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I tried Googling it. It wasn't clear. Like, on Google, you know how they have spouse and, like, kids?
Yeah.
There was none of that. There's none of that when you search up Christian Cage. And then I searched up Christian Cage, I think, daughter question mark, and it came up with some weird result. It came up with Ethan Page and his kids, and I was like, what?
What's happening?
Yeah, I was really confused. So, actually, in hindsight, kind of weird to search up someone's daughter.
Yeah, odd, but like in the
context of this.
In the context of this, it's like we're trying to figure out if this is like if he actually has kids. This wasn't his daughter, even if he does have kids, because this is the same little girl that Jack Perry hid behind on Dynamite.
So is it like a family friend, or is it like little actress?
Yeah, it's either like an actress
Both?
or a family friend. Both,
I think it's
maybe.
both because Jack Perry's from Hollywood and his dad was TV guy.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a family friend that is also just so happens to be a child actress.
Yeah. But anyway, the little kid goes to Christian like, "Can I have the belt?" And he's like, "Did you earn it?
Did you win this belt?
Did you pull yourself up by your bootstraps and earn it?" And then he goes, "Fucking Gen Z."
No one's gonna wear this belt except for me.
Yeah.
I
Then he goes on a 50-minute rant about everything wrong with the generation.
I love Christian Cage as hypocrite. Like I love the gimmick that Christian Cage is doing of like hypocrite that's like, you need to earn the championship, but also my dinosaur won this for me.
Just love the context of my dinosaur won this for me.
I mean, that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
I'm
great.
like CM Punk. You got to tell me when I'm telling lies.
Jesus. And then the kid runs away, and then he goes, she doesn't have a pass, escort around.
Yeah, it's great. Christian Cage afterwards is like, security. She doesn't have clearance. Get her out of the building. Just great. The thought that he would do that to his own child is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, no, good shit. Christian Cage continues to be one of the heels of all time.
I love Christian Cage so much. I mean, he was never they never treated him right in WWE, but freaking when he was in TNA, that was Christian Cage at his absolute best. He freaking held that company up for a minute there. Freaking coming out with the with the Evanescence theme. Wasn't actually an Evanescence song, but it was pretty much an Evanescence riff.
Oh, that sounds sick as fuck. You gotta show me that.
Such a good... Oh, I loved Christian Cage then.
I think he's pretty cool as a heel now. He was always weird as a face to me.
Yeah, I don't think that Christian is a natural face. If I'm honest, like, I think that I shouldn't say he's not a natural face. He's probably a pretty nice guy, but I just think that
like you can be a nice guy but still not be good as a face.
Yeah, but he's just so good at being a heel. He's just really good at being a heel, and as a face, being older, not being able to do quite as much as you used to be able to do, sort of working a more methodical pace, which, like, it's not that his matches are slow, it's that he doesn't work a fast pace.
I think he's really cementing that because, like, he lost the ladder match, which ladder matches are meant to be his thing, and like he lost that, and then had to get Luchasaurus to win the TNT belt for him, essentially.
Yeah. So
I think he's really staying consistent with his character.
Yeah, and I very much am enjoying the current Christian Cage heel run.
No, it's great because I feel like I think most older guys should either be, if they're face, they should be like relegated to like a support role.
Yes.
Which he was, but then he would get in the ring sometimes with Jungle Boy and it would be a bit weird. Not weird, but yeah. Or they should just be an outright heel trying to be like, oh, I need to live back my glory days.
Yeah.
You know?
Or Sting.
Or Sting. Well, yeah. I think Sting's a special case though.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Not everyone can be Sting.
Not at all. But yeah, no, I think he's doing great with this heel run. He's good fun. We'll move on to the next match.
Yes, we will.
God, we're kind of flying through this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, chill. All right.
We'll have a lot to say about the last match.
Yeah, okay. We'll get pumped up. So we got Metalik versus Jay White for this. Yeah. A lot of these matches I feel have just been like established person versus non-established person.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why we haven't had much to say, because you had Samoa Joe versus Pentago, and then House of Black versus Action Andretti, Darius Martin, and Lee Johnson, which again are established people, and then you have Metalik versus Jay White.
Yes.
So, and also you had FTR versus Big Bill and Brian Cage. So this card hasn't really been stacked with kind of opportunity for like rich storytelling and stuff like that. I think the only match I can really see that's had either solid, like star versus star, is Statlander versus Martinez and CM Punk and Ricky Starks.
Yes.
I think the rest of them are just not but you know.
Yeah, they're just not ones that you can like.
They're versing essentially enhancement talent.
Yeah, like it's essentially essentially enhancement talent, because it's like,
yeah,
I could break down for you technically how good FTR versus Brian Cage and Big Bill was, but like it's not worth it really, because
maybe we'll save that for a video series.
It just kind of
technically break down matches.
It just kind of means it's like whatever, it happened. Like, yeah.
If you want to see a video series of Logan technically breaking down matches, let us know.
None of these matches were bad enough that I feel like I need to break down why they went so terribly wrong, or good enough that I feel like I need to break down why they went so awesomely well. So yeah, it's just like they happened, and then, you know, promos happened too.
But yeah, no, this Medleek and Jay White was okay. The Guns were on commentary, which I didn't hate, actually.
Yeah, they were pretty good. It was essentially just like, they like the heel commentator, they don't like the face commentator. It's very classic wrestling.
Yeah. I think the only funny bit I really saw was Medleek kind of gets thrown in front of the commentator's table, and Juice just, like, he's done this before. It was just extra funny this time. Runs over, slides in front of his face, and just screams. And I'm like, just imagine you're Medleek. You get thrown off the outside, and you're like a bit like, oh fuck, like I got thrown out. And then you just look up, and you're on the ground, and you see a screaming Juice in your face. Just, ah!
It's so good.
Because he doesn't say anything really coherent. He just screams.
It's a lot of ha's and a lot of what you gonna do. It's like,
yeah, it's good. Honestly, I think I've fully turned on Juice. Like, I used to be like, fuck this guy, like he's so annoying. I think I've turned. When put with someone like Jay White and the Guns, it just kind of works. Like, they just seem like a bunch of rowdy boys doing shit.
Juice absolutely works best as a part of a stable. He's by himself, like, he's not bad by himself, but like I would say that by himself, I would only ever really see Juice as like enhancement talent, but like upper echelon enhancement talent, not like get squashed in a matter of seconds enhancement talent, but more like has a decent match but loses every time.
But I also did forget that Bullet Club Gold did have like a funny little promo segment. It was really, really tiny, and I missed over it in the notes we put down. But that happened, and they kind of put their guns in Tony's face, Tony Schiavone's face, which was the only notable bit that really happened.
Yeah, and they're also still carrying around the cardboard cutout of Jay White.
Oh yeah, fuck it, like why not? That just leans into like the rowdiness nature that they're doing.
These four rowdy boys.
That essentially is what I feel when I see Bullet Club Gold. I'm like, oh, those rascals, those rowdy boys. I half expect them to come out with like a keg or something and do like a classic, like, college keg stand thing. I don't really know what a keg stand is, because we don't do that here.
Yeah, you just drink beers here.
Yeah, I mean, there's different ways you can do it.
Maybe you do a shoey.
Get a clothesline, get a goon bag, and we're set.
Yeah, maybe. Or a ceiling fan. If you want to have to do a lot of cleanup, ceiling fan.
I tell you what, look, you Americans out there, if you're in college and you're looking for something fun to do, get a wine bag. Oh fuck, they don't have clotheslines. Yeah, ceiling fan. Just look up goon spins. They're fun. I realize that goon is a different term on the internet.
Fuck them. Fuck the internet.
Anyway, yeah. Well, I mean, Jay White would do that, because I think that would travel over the pond.
Yeah, it seems like it probably would travel to New Zealand.
Yeah. We're close enough.
Yeah, like we're
like estranged cousins.
Yeah, we're like... Yeah, we're...
What were you going to say?
No, I'm not going to say it.
Alright, fair. But yeah, anyway, I just love the rowdiness of the Bullet Club Gold. Essentially, just give me college people vibes, college boy vibes.
Yeah, it's good. I like it a lot.
I'm here for it. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, spoiler, Jay White won.
Fraternity vibes. fraternity vibes. Like,
All right, last match. Woo!
let's go.
All
I'm
right,
so
the last match we have
hyped.
is Ricky Starks versus Mr. Crunchy Munchy Spunk. With guest referee or guest, like, it wasn't even a ref. He was just like an outside enforcer.
So yeah, they advertised this as this is the first thing that went off the rails for this match, but they advertised this as a special guest referee. But in my experience, a special guest referee is not someone who stands on the outside and makes sure that no one breaks the rules. It's instead of a regular referee, you have this guy. So like,
yeah, so essentially they could have just done that. Like, okay, love Ricky Steamboat, you know? I love I don't know a lot of his matches, but I just know the aura of Ricky Steamboat, just of here and there and seeing stuff. Love that. Wouldn't change that. But essentially, you could have had this match with two referees. Like, that's essentially what they were doing, was just being like, oh, we need two refs.
yeah, which I mean, like I would have been fine with this if they had said, I'm going to have a special guest enforcer, because
yeah, but then
that's what this kind of match is called.
Like, but if you say enforcer, people were going to think of when Sabu was like an enforcer and he was picking up chairs and whacking people with them.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what this kind of match is called.
Special guest observer, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, like,
but essentially, they just had two referees, one of them being a guest. Which, yeah, that's the weird thing, because I was like expecting Ricky Steamboat to full on like hop in the ring and stuff, but instead he just was on the outside doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to let you take the reins on this match.
Okay. Look, I'm going to start off by saying that the majority of this match I actually really enjoyed, and I think that this is the best that CM Punk has looked since he returned. This match was a very good match. As always, CM Punk is not technically the best wrestler, but he tells a really good story in the ring. And when he has a good story to tell, goddamn, are his match is really enjoyable to watch, and that includes this match. With that being said, the last 5 minutes of this show ruined this match for me.
Because we were debating back and forth how they would do this. I was like, okay, I think they should either make Punk cheat or like get him to cheat. So he's like kind of going back on his word, and Ricky Steamboat calls him out and something like that. You brought up that he should like attack Ricky Steamboat.
Yes.
I'm like, fair. But essentially there was no, I was like, okay, there is like a chance that Punk, like, I think the one thing we said was like, it would be the stupidest thing if Punk won clean.
Yes.
Very
it would
stupid.
be. It'd be really dumb if Punk won clean.
But also, they did something worse than that.
Yeah.
I think they did something worse. They did something so much worse, because I was like, it would be the worst outcome is Punk wins clean. Oh my god, did they go above and beyond that? So anyway, do you want to take us through the finish?
The finish is as follows. So Ricky Starks takes out Stefan, the referee, accidentally. Rolls up CM Punk, puts his feet on the ropes in clear view
right in front of Steamboat.
Ricky Steamboat, which just makes Starks look dumb. Ricky Steamboat knocks his feet off the ropes. They do a little bit of a back and forth like chatter, like where Ricky is getting mad at Ricky Steamboat, and then eventually CM Punk rolls up Ricky Starks. Now, look, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, it was mistimed. Like, that's why it looks so bad. Because, yes, Ricky Steamboat did get in there late, and it was a mistimed thing. And that isn't on the performers. But what is the fact that they decided to do a roll-up finish.
Again.
And
well, not again. Well, Punk has always had roll-up finishes.
And just to put it into perspective, it is the only pin that I hate more than a victory roll, which is I put my arm through your legs and now you're on your stomach and I'm blah, 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 blah. No. That's so stupid. That's the worst pin that you could do. And to have Ricky Starks lose to that I was saying while this was happening, you cannot make the argument that CM Punk put over Ricky Starks, like at all. You had Ricky Starks beat CM Punk by cheating, and then you had CM Punk win against Ricky Starks in spite of his cheating.
Yeah, I don't think this is really putting over anyone else except CM Punk.
This only puts over CM Punk. Ricky Starks looks stupid because he tried to cheat blatantly in front of Ricky Steamboat. Ricky Starks looks weak because he got pinned by a roll-up. It's bad. It's not good. It's really bad choice in booking. And then to make it even worse,
to add salt into the wound,
they do some WWE ass bullshit where the fans have not wanted to turn on Ricky. For the past few weeks, even though Ricky cheated, they have been cheering for Ricky. And so it seems like what they've done is they've gone, oh, you don't want to cheer for Ricky? Well, you don't want to boo Ricky, sorry? Well, how about we have him beat up the babyfacest babyface to ever babyface? So Ricky attacks Ricky Steamboat and whips him with his own belt. CM Punk makes the save. And when I tell you that this is the dumbest thing that AEW has ever done, I'm talking worse than the Nightmare Collective, like worse than the way that they debuted Dark Order. Like, this is the worst booking decision that they've ever made.
It's definitely, since my time watching AEW, has been the only moment, like every time I watch AEW, again, new wrestling fan, I am. Every time watching AEW, I'm like, cool, I get it, it's satisfying. Even when they do something I don't like, I'm like, cool, I still see stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or I still see, like, you're still going this way. This is the only time I've been like, what the actual fuck are you doing?
Yeah, so, like, fans don't want to boo Ricky. Generally, what AEW does in that situation is they pivot. They go, okay, fans don't want to boo Ricky. Okay, Ricky isn't a heel. He's like a baby face that, like, sometimes goes against the rules. Like, that's not what they did here. They were like, no, you're gonna boo Ricky. You're gonna boo Ricky because he's gonna beat up the most likable legend that there is in wrestling.
You're gonna boo Ricky and you're gonna cheer Punk. It's so, like... I've never seen something like Punk is 50-50 wherever he goes. Like, even throughout the match, before the finish, it was like, was CM Punk? Ricky, like, there was 50-50
let's go
split.
Ricky, CM Punk. And it was 50-50.
Yeah, and it was basically 50-50. To have people split that much is fine. But to then just go, no, you're definitely going to boo this guy and you're definitely going to cheer this guy, just seems really stinky. Like, it stinks. It stinks of, like, some back politics interference. Like, oh, no, we can't. Like, Punk's come back and we don't want him to, like, he wants to be a babyface, so we're going to make him a babyface. It just stinks of that. It stinks of, like, oh, no, we can't upset Punk, otherwise he's going to do X, Y, Z.
Yeah, and...
It's stinky.
Look, it's really difficult to be, like... Because, like, I don't want to just say, oh my, like, CM Punk is politicking his way into getting what he wants on the show. But, like, it's really difficult not to think that when every other segment on this show was fine, but then the CM Punk segment somehow has this weird, bad booking. And consistently, CM Punk segments on this show have been the worst part of the show. I like Collision every week, except for the CM Punk segments.
Wait, last week didn't have a CM Punk segment, did it?
No, I don't think so.
That was a good week.
There was the promo. There was the promo segment. And that was fine. That was fine because, like, nothing weird happened in that segment. But, like, consistently, the CM Punk segments on Collision are the worst part of Collision.
Yeah, and look, I was frustrated after everything that happened. Like, the fans in the stadium were like booing Ricky and cheering Punk. I'm like, this is dumb, you guys. You guys are dumb.
I feel like
why would you do that?
like I said, it's some WWE ass shit. Like this is the WWE method. We want you to cheer this guy and boo this guy. And so we're going to do whatever we can, even if you want to cheer this guy and boo that guy, we're going to do whatever we can to make it the way that we want it to happen.
Honestly, I'm going to quote Mr. Harvey Dent here to CM Punk. Man, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the WWE.
Like, I don't know if it's the case that CM Punk is trying to get all this stuff done. I don't know if it's the case that like Tony Khan just isn't an effective booker when it comes to CM Punk because he's too much of a mark. But it's just like, dude, turn CM Punk heel or get him off my TV because at this point I don't want to see him.
Well, like, okay, what does that say if you had... So last week, he brings out a world title and he said, "This is mine, I never lost, yada yada." Puts an X, essentially disgraces your most prestigious belt in your company. Puts an X on it, says it's his, and then everyone's supposed to then position themselves to be like, no, that's the good guy. Like, what kind of mental gymnastics do you expect me to do to then go, no, that's actually the right guy if he's disgracing the belt of the company that he's working for, but also he's the good guy in this, and he's saying he's the quote-unquote real world champion when there's already another world champion, but then no, he's actually the good guy because he's now, this other guy has done, like, what is going on? What the fuck is going on?
I hate it. Simply, I cannot stand CM Punk's segments right now. I feel
like this was much. This was too much for me. I could take everything else. Like, viewers, listeners, you'll know that I've been pretty patient, and not getting too riled up. I don't think in the past episodes. I'm on my wit's end right now. I'm a patient man. And it's wearing thin.
This is... I think that I say that this is the worst booking that AEW has ever done because it's the booking that has most reminded me of the worst aspects of WWE. And that's kind of what I stopped watching WWE for, was this sort of thing. And like, I'm not going to stop watching AEW right now because like it's happened once, right? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, it's all turned to shit and I'm never going to watch it again. But it is concerning.
It's concerning, but I think we can just revel in the fact that we have Dynamite. And Dynamite is a show that we generally don't get upset at.
Yeah, this is the thing. I don't want Collision to be the show that I get upset at. I don't want Collision to be the show that I don't like, because I do like Collision. We don't want to get
upset at AEW. We literally run a channel called This Week in Elite. We don't want to be upset about it.
I do like Collision. I really like Collision. What I don't like is the way that they've been booking CM Punk specifically. It's like I said in the other video that we did, I don't know when, we made it into a short. CM Punk is a sinkhole. He's dragging people down around him. Like, it's not that CM Punk himself is just bad. It's that he is making everything that he touches. What do you call it? He's got the opposite of the Midas touch. Everything he touches turns to shit.
Yeah, look, I feel like back then when you said it, there was an argument for like the other side. And the other argument of like, oh no, they're just doing this and this and this. Look what they did to my boy Ricky. Tell me he's not a sinkhole now.
You cannot make the argument that CM Punk is doing anything other than what is best for CM Punk.
Yeah. And honestly, I think that they need to have a bit more, like, Tony Khan himself seems to just he needs to either get in his head that, like, you know, to just book Punk how the people want to, or he needs to then start having a bigger dick about talking to Punk, because essentially, where is Punk going to go without AEW?
Yeah,
ain't going to go back to WWE, that's for sure. Where's the other? Was Impact? Huh? What's he going to do? What did he do when he left AEW? He vanished.
Yeah,
like he needs AEW as much as they think they need him. I think AEW would be fine without him, like from a brand standpoint. They definitely, it's advantageous to have him there.
Yeah.
But if he's going to drag your product down this much, you then need to say, buddy, you need to kind of do what we say, or do essentially what the fans want, and have good storylines, or like get out of here. Because like essentially, I just see it as he needs AEW more than AEW needs him. He probably wants to think about the other way, but I don't think that's the case at all. Collision would work fine without him.
I'm going to be honest, the way that he's being booked right now, whether that be because of him or because of Tony, Collision would be better without him.
Yeah,
like Collision would be
honestly,
a better overall show if it didn't have CM Punk on it.
Honestly, because you could just have Jay like as the top guy on the show, or you could have more prominent spots for MJF or House of Black and FTR and stuff like that.
Jay,
like, there is definitely
Ricky,
there's boys to fill your spot.
Not only fill it, they freaking, it's like they're not just gonna fill your shoes, they're gonna burst out of your shoes, my man. You're wearing size 10s, these guys are wearing size 14s. Like, these guys have bigger feet than you.
Yeah. But holy shit, was this the most like depressing ending I've ever felt watching an AEW product.
Yeah, legitimately, I like it. It made me think about how I used to feel when I watched only WWE. Like, a lot of the time after a WWE Raw, I'd be like, "Fuck, man! Like, I can't believe they're doing this." And it's the same thing here. It's like, "Fuck, man! I can't believe that they're actually trying to make CM Punk a face."
They're like so like, and that's
This
the thing.
bad.
You can't argue that he is ignorant to the fact that people want him heel, because there's literally like a clip, or not a clip, but like in one of the shows, I can't remember which one. He points at the heel tunnel and smiles at the crowd or camera or something, and then goes to the face tunnel.
Yeah, it's
like, he knows.
I said that this booking is some WWE ass bullshit. This behavior from CM Punk is some Cody ass bullshit. Like, this is,
he's just doing everything.
He's doing the Cody thing that Cody did before he left, where he so heavily teases a heel turn, but it just seems like it's never coming. It just,
and look, if it does come, we're not going to be some like copy ass bullshit and be like, this was the plan the whole time. No, they did some fucking bullshit right now. Even if he turns heel, this is still going to be bullshit.
even if he turns heel and that was the plan the whole time, it was a bad way to get to that end goal.
Bad plan.
Was it like, even if the plan was he turns heel at that point in time, we know when he's going to turn heel. It's just, and this was just the path to get there. Like, I don't care. Like, it was a bad path. Make a better path.
Tony Khan, read the fucking room.
You put this path over a shit ton of fucking roots and shit. Make a smoother path.
Yeah. How long have we been talking about this for? I feel like we've been ranting for a while.
I think it's been maybe 15 minutes.
Okay, not too bad. We'll see. No, I feel like we're going in circles. If we have anything else, do you have anything constructive you would like to add?
CM Punk, turn heel or get the fuck off my TV.
Thank you everyone for watching this episode of This Week in Elite, where we talked about Collision. We may have ranted about Punk for a fair bit. If you liked it, let us know. And make sure to follow us on all the socials at This Week in Elite. What are we on? We're on
Twitter, TikTok. I think that's it.
YouTube, Spotify.
Yep. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. Sorry. X, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify.
And a short video will be coming your way soon, so keep an eye out for that. And stay tuned next week, where we will cover, again, Dynamite and Collision. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.
Bye.